morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hi, Caress. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Raul. Alex and Aaron. Hello, hello. Hi, Christine. Okay, we're up on the YouTube now. Yeah, I just went to type the date into YouTube and I was like, it can't possibly be June 7th today. But it is. My goodness. Hi, Erin. Hi, Mrs. Shenanigans. Hi, Nancy. How are you guys? How are you feeling? How is your life? We are kicking off summer here at the Sturgis house with a soccer tournament this weekend. Um, both of my kids are now middle schoolers. So there's that. And yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Everything. It's just kind of crazy. Um, Hi, Gina. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for the follow, Joey. Hi, Misty. How's this new moon doing for you? It's yesterday. Thank you. That was yesterday. How are we feeling? Let's do a vibe check. We haven't done that in a minute. Um, Give me on a scale from 0 to 10 how your energy is today, with 0 being like no, and 10 being like absolutely yes. 6.5, 8, 7. Good morning, Anna. An 8 with an exclamation point. A 9, an 8. 6. Still moving, so I'm dead. No, no. What does that mean? Um, okay, so we're doing pretty well, it seems like so far. And that's good. I'm actually feeling much better too. So shifting into some different energy. I think also oh, you're still moving. Yeah, okay. A lot of people are moving right now, making actual physical shifts. So that makes a lot of sense. It's hard to be settled until you're settled, right? And it's exhausting to move. There's no way around that. So that makes a lot of sense. But um we're really it feels like this month is really, first of all, going by really quickly, but it feels very different energetically than I've felt all year. Are you guys feeling that too? Like it's just feels like there's finally going to be some movement. And I've noticed that with me, it really had the movement that's finally happening is happening because of my own internal perspective shifts, not necessarily anything external. It's like I had some realization within myself that's like, I'm going to be treating this differently. And then the moment I make that decision, things start shifting around in a new way. So that's what I find for me. We don't all work the same, but possibly you're having a similar experience, right? Um, and it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like so much change is about to happen really, really fast, and that the summer is going to be very short, as per usual. Honestly, it doesn't drag on like it used to when we were kids, right? So, hello, hi Maggie. So, if you're new to Coffee and Magic, welcome. I'm here Fridays at 10 and Mondays at 9. If there is a change to that, I always post it in my Instagram stories and I try to send an email, but I don't always. So just know that you should check my Instagram stories first if you have Instagram. Um, I guess I could also post it to TikTok stories, right? I don't know how that works, but anyway, I'm here twice a week unless something changes, and We do collective pulls here, so I give you 3 things. You choose the thing that feels most aligned with you today, and then that will correspond with your card pull. If you would like to donate to Coffee and Magic, you can do that by going to the link in my bio on TikTok or on Instagram. Hello, Vera. I'm definitely missing workshop. I stand by my decision. I think I needed a little bit of a break, but I'm missing you guys. And I look forward to reconvening workshop on Lionsgate, which is August 8th. And if you have not yet reserved your spot by putting it on the listy thing, please make sure you do that so that I have an accurate count for registration, because I don't like to get too many. You know that. It's a tight knit little collective there. So make sure that if you are joining us for season 6 of Normalized Magic, that you go ahead and put your name on the list to save your spot. And if you've lost the list, you can find it by going to sarahamala.com/subscribe. Hi, Carrie. Woo! See that? And it's not even time yet. All right, let me give you your 3 things. Do you see, if people on YouTube, you see Gloria? She's like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. She's surfing around. I've got a mouse thawing. I think she's hungry. So we'll do that. Your 3 things this morning are going to be spices: star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. What are you feeling today? Hi, Michaela. Good morning, Mandy Love. Star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. What spice? Gloria is such a cutie. Thank you. So just drop your selection into the chat. Lock it in. Star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. And I'm pulling this morning, as per usual, from the Wisdom of Avalon deck by Colette Baron Reed. Excuse me. Oh, do you want to see something? I have to show you this. Look at this cute bug. It is sadly not like a small creator. Gloria, my goodness, she just like fell. Ball pythons are not very graceful. It's not like a small creator, unfortunately. I got this from TJ Maxx, but I was able to get 2 of them, and the colors actually match my kitchen, and I love it. Your choices again: star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. I'm shuffling right now for star anise. All right, tell me when you're ready. For star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. Okay. So again, your choices are star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom. And this is your star anise. Movement, Merlin, and the swan. All right, star anise. So movement, Merlin, and the swan. Obviously, based on things, we know that a lot of you are literally moving right now. But this movement isn't just a physical movement from like your home or anything like that. This is like things are moving and you are in it's like you're in this pocket of very potent magic. And maybe you feel it, maybe you don't. But like think about it for a second. It's not a transformation moment so much as it is a revealing, right? And what have you been working on all this time? What have you actually been dedicating yourself to? If you just kind of strip it down to the point. The point is that when you came to earth, right? You had certain ways of being that either were conditioned into this way or that way. Some things were cultivated, some things were squashed down, like who knows, right? But there was probably a point in time where you were more you than you are now, right? Because we get older and everything just kind of conditions us to be something else, right? Like our whole society is kind of built on this idea that whatever you are right now is not good enough. So you should be constantly striving to be better, right? This spread is addressing that need. You may have thought your whole life that movement and growth means becoming better and changing who you are. This spread is asking you to shift your perspective on that and leave room for the possibility that that is not the direction you need to be going in anymore. It's this way. Who are you? What do you like? What are your superpowers? What comes most easily to you? What do you like to do when there's nothing else around you telling you what you should be doing? Like, that's kind of what the swan is always saying. It's a revealing of self, not a transformation of self, because that you has always been underneath. You don't have to turn into it. You have to reveal it, right? So you're in a very potent pocket for revealing of self is what I'm saying. And that's what the movement is. And so yes, you may also be moving, having a lot of changes and all that, blah blah blah. But this movement is about that revealing of your true self and stepping into the power that comes from just kind of losing your fucks about what other people think you should be, what they think you should like, et cetera, so forth, right? Who are you now? And are you willing to reveal that? That is your star, Anise. Not too shabby. I like it. Your other choices today: cinnamon and cardamom. So I'm shuffling now for cinnamon. Did that make sense for my star anise friends? Also, I don't know if I told you this. I sent an email actually, which is shocking for me. If you're interested in doing one on one work this summer, I have three options for you. You can do 15-minute, 30-minute, or hour sessions. And you can, I think I sent the booking link through my email, but I think I also updated my website. So if you go to sarahamala.com, you will be able to book a session with me. So go have fun. All right, good. Here comes your cinnamon. Again, your choices today are star anise, cinnamon, and cardamom, and this is going to be your cinnamon. If you miss any of it, that's okay. Just wait till I'm done and you can watch the replay. Whoa, okay, okay. Tell me when you're ready for cinnamon. All right. This has been coming up a lot. Communication. I think it came up the last 2 times we did this. So communication, look who else is here, my whole personality, and the frog. So we've got communication, serpent, and frog. Wow. We laugh, but it's become quite true. um, okay, so interesting. An amphibian and a reptile in communication. So, what better time than now to talk to you about snake stuff? Because we have the serpent card. Snakes are really interesting because they shed their skin very frequently. And I think what I love most about that is that, let's say, you have an injury to your skin. You're a snake. You have an injury to your skin, right? Like you got, scratched by something or like whatever, and you don't look perfect anymore. You don't care because in a few weeks' time, all you have to do is rest up and your entire skin is going to remove itself and you're going to be brand new. And that scar is mostly going to be gone, right? We have the potential for that type of renewal as well if we want. And that is what this cinnamon pull is all about. It's about releasing, right? Releasing old stories of yourself, old ways of being of yourself, even just like old crap of yourself, right? Like old things that just don't give you the vibes anymore. Like, do you have, like, wherever you're sitting right now, can you identify something in your space that is just not giving you the right vibe? Like, you know, I'm looking at my desk right now. It's a little bit messy, but I wouldn't say there's anything here necessarily that's not giving me, well, you know what? Here, this is not giving me the right vibe. It's a parking ticket. But you know what I mean? Like, what things around you all the time that are giving energy towards you, feeding energy into your field, can be moved around or shifted. Um, a lot of things change when you move them into different spaces. For example, outside on my porch, same couch. I took that couch, moved it into a different space. Suddenly the whole thing is massive and I have room for other things and it feels like a whole new space, right? That's what the frog is really getting at, but in a more inside of you type of way. Can you allow yourself to shed your skin and be refreshed, be replenished, be new, right? Can you allow yourself to have an experience and then let go? But this is here too. And so it's not just about realizing that. It's not just about going through the process. There are some conversations that you need to have that are actually kind of part of this, right? Part of the release. And if you have been getting the communication card for the past 2 weeks, this is really being emphasized for you big time. What are you not saying that you need to be saying? What difficult chat I say difficult because for whatever reason it feels like there's a block here, right? But what chat do you need to have? What are the things that you need to say to be in alignment with who you are today? Being quiet is a choice and also does say something. So if you are choosing not to say anything, you can count that as having made a statement. And your statement is, I am not going to put the energy into communicating my actual needs. And that's where we're at, right? So really sit with this, with that, whatever it is you need to be communicating. Is it to another person? Is it to a job? Is it to yourself? I don't know. But something needs to be said. Something needs to be said, right? And expressed. And then to allow this healing to happen, to release old stories, old energies, all that kind of stuff. So you can just have that experience of rebirth and renewal over and over and over again. Like it's something you're going to have throughout your life over and over and over again as you continue to learn and grow and have experiences. And it's integrative, it's integrative. So it's not like you lose the skin and lose the experience. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? My cinnamons. All right, cardamom is on deck. All right, tell me when you're ready. Cardamom's on deck. All right, so this is your cardamom. You have, look who's back, the Merlin, spider, and eagle. Carol says, my shuffle seems not too mixed. I mean, I'm not a great shuffler, I would say, but I feel like it's adequate for our vibes today. Um, the Merlin, the spider, and the eagle. So Merlin, remember, was in our first pull as well. This pull, I mean, let's just look at it again. Merlin, spider, and eagle. This is a very like power packed cardamom spread because it's basically boosting your creative projects right now. So, do you feel if you're feeling like, okay, it's time to do something, or I'm finally like my brain's finally starting to like untangle and like I feel like I'm getting ideas for things? Um, yes. And it's a great time to like, okay, sometimes when we have gone through a period of time where we don't feel the inspiration, and I think for a lot of us that's been the case this year, right? Like it's been 6 months of not being overly inspired, or if you feel like you're about to be inspired then something happens and blocks you, or like it's just been hard to have, been hard to have a steady battery this year. It's like you have spurts of energy but then they go away, and so you can't, it's hard to like accomplish a thing or to like get anything rolling because as soon as you feel like you started it, the energy drops, right? So this is kind of coming in and being like, hey, you're going to have the energy now. And so this is the time to really think about how you actually work with this because energy does and ebb and flow. Hi, Serena. And that's normal. But this flow is going to be a moment now. It's going to be probably like, 6 to 8 weeks of flow. And that's all you really need. That's a long time for things to flow, 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 right? Tap into higher self energy as opposed to Excel spreadsheet brain energy. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, use this moment to say like, yes, let me tap into this, let me allow it to channel through me and like not overly think it, like just let it come through. You're going to have plenty of time to refine it later. This process could be a cyclical process that starts to feel really good for you. Like if you allow everything to just come through without worrying about it being perfect, then in your ebb time, you can edit. Do you see what I mean? This might not work for everybody, but for my cardamom friends, maybe this is a helpful thing for you just to kind of think of it that way, that when it's flowing, just let it all come through. Just right? And then when it's not flowing is when you look at what came out and start editing the content, right? And say like, okay, maybe we'll change this here, move this here, see if we like this in that room, like whatever it is. Does that kind of make sense to you what I'm saying? Because this when it's very easy to like get into your brain and start like organizing it and like telling it what to do and criticizing and like all those things when the creativity starts flowing again. And that tends to have the opposite effect of keeping it flowing, right? But like I said, you're in a pocket of flow with that. So just let it come through. Don't moderate it, don't criticize it, just like allow it to pass through you. And oh my God, Gloria. And this might even be a good moment for you to integrate some like daily meditation practices where you do consciously channel this stuff in, right? Like you could wake up in the morning if you're like a morning person and just kind of sit down and just like take 15 minutes and sit with your energy and say, like, all right, what wants to come through right now? Let it come through. It just feels like a very inspired moment for my cardamom friends, and that you can get a lot of content through during this time as long as you don't funnel it into tiny little spaces. Does that make sense? I love it. I always like when the creativity starts to flow, but I too have the tendency to stifle that flow. So, keeping note. All right, my friends. Well, that is your coffee and magic for this Friday, the 7th of June. I will be back on Monday at 9 a.m. with more Coffee and Magic for you. Again, if you'd like to donate to Coffee and Magic, the link to do that is in my bio on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll see you on Monday. I hope you have a really, really great weekend. If you did miss it, that's okay. You can watch the whole thing over again as soon as I sign off. It's available on my Instagram and on my YouTube. Okay? Love you guys. Mwah. You too. Goodbye, everybody.